Three girls were having a great time, roaring with laughter, getting louder and louder. Each time they laughed, my date and I smiled sadly at each other. About 11 o'clock, we cheered up because the end was in sight. We got the dessert menu, and she used sign language to suggest we share the blueberry cheesecake. Obviously, I didn't completely ruin her night by mentioning my missing sweet tooth. What is it with women and sharing desserts? It makes them so happy. But we never got to order, because that's when the action started. The lights in the restaurant went off, and 3 waitresses appeared, each of them lugging these 3 huge bloody birthday cakes, if you don't mind. And I said to Thomas, well, for heaven's sakes, 3 cakes, 1 for each girl, all ablaze with those noisy sparklers, which I personally think are a fire hazard. So then they sang Happy Birthday 3 times. Thomas thought it was ridiculous. Each happy birthday got louder and more boisterous, and by the end of it, everyone in the restaurant was singing. Except for Thomas, of course. He'd been upset about the noise from the 3 girls all night. He even complained to the waitress. They seemed like nice, high-spirited young people to me. Well, they did in the beginning anyway. The pregnant one smiled very nicely at me when she went to the ladies. They all had very generous portions of their cake, not dieting, obviously, and they all helped themselves to spoonfuls of each other's. That was nice, I thought. Well, I kept a little eye on them. They had me intrigued for some reason. I noticed that after their cake, they each took a turn reading something out loud. They looked like letters to me. Well, I don't know what in the world those letters were about, but it was only a few seconds later that the yelling started. Goodness me, what a terrible tiff. Everyone was staring. Thomas was appalled. One girl scraped back her chair and stood right up, and I've never seen anyone so angry. Her face was all blotchy bright red, and she was shaking a fork and screaming. Yes, screaming. Well, I don't know if I can say this part. Well, all right, come close and I'll whisper it to you. She was screaming, "You have both fucking ruined my life." And I think to myself, what the fuck is going on here? I'd just been telling Sam that I was going to score a massive tip from table 6 because they were all having such a good time and they were all pretty drunk. Even the pregnant girl had a glass of champagne, which is pretty bad, isn't it? Don't you have a retarded baby or something if you drink while you're pregnant? The thing I can't believe is how she could do that to her own sister. I mean, I get pretty mad with my sister, but this... wow! Her own triplet even. Did I tell you they were triplets? They were all out together celebrating their 34th birthdays. I never met triplets before, and they were pretty friendly, so I was asking them questions about what it was like. The 2 blonde ones were identical. It freaked me out. I kept staring at them once I knew. It was like, spot the difference. Weird. One of them said it was fantastic being a triplet. She just loved it. The other one said it was terrible. It made her feel like a mutant or something. And the third one said it was just nothing. No big deal. No different from being in any other family. And then they all started arguing about what it was like to be a triplet, but in a friendly, funny way. That's why I couldn't believe it when I heard them start fighting. Like, really fighting. As if they absolutely despised each other. It was sort of embarrassing, you know? Like they were doing something really private, in public. Sam told me to distract them with their coffees, so I was trying to keep my face normal, walking up to their table, and that's when it happened. I tell you, it gave me such a shock the coffees were wobbling in my hands. You know those 2 old fossils that come every second Thursday? You know, the fat woman always has the creme brulee. She's got the skinny husband with something right up his arse. Anyway, my hand was shaking so much I sent cappuccino froth flying over the guy's bald head. Okay, give me a break. I'm trying to set the scene for you. One of the girls stood up at the table.